What's going on, boys? Welcome everybody back to another video and another objectives guide. Road to the knockouts is officially here, and today we're going to be looking at the Gosens objective. We're going to go through all of these objectives step by step. If necessary, we'll have a few in-game examples for you guys if you're struggling, but then we'll get into some tips and tricks that I use to speed up the process, and most importantly a squad builder that will be no more than 15,000 coins that you can copy if you need to. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, check me out on Twitch below as well, and let's get into it. But first of all, we've got assist 5 goals with through balls in squad battles on at least semi-pro, or you can do it in division rivals. For the sake of this video, all of these examples will be for squad battles, alright? Now, for the through ball assist, it is very easy. Here is how you can perform a through ball. To perform a through ball assist, all you have to do is press triangle on the PlayStation. If you are on Xbox, then it would be Y, and all you gotta do is do the rest with the person you pass to and hope you score. As well, this does not need to be in different games. You can get like 5 of them or as much done in one game as you can, and it will count towards the process. You've now got score 7 goals using German players in squad battles on at least semi-pro or rivals. So we will go for some German attackers when it does come to the squad builder. Score an assist using Serie A players in 3 separate squad battles. Now this one, EA could be a little bit more clear because they do not say if it has to be with the same individual Serie A player. Like let's say Tammy Abraham, for example, but not saying you have to score and assist with just Tammy Abraham. You could score with Tammy Abraham, who's obviously from Serie A, and then assist with someone else from Serie A. That would work, and it should work. EA are a little bit rough with that. Now, if in the slight chance that they do mean with one individual player, if they did, then it would say player instead of Serie A players. It would say Serie A player. Alright, so you could literally get this done within one goal involvement. You could assist with a Serie A player, then score with another. That would be a goal and assist, therefore it should count and be ticked off. But just in case it's not, you could be safe on the safer side and do it with one player, but you should have no issues if you do not. Win 6 squad battle matches on at least semi-pro or rivals while having at least 3 Serie A players and 3 Germans in the lineup. So I'm going to build a bit of a Serie A German side. Let's get into the squad builder, then I'll have my tips and also a little bit of a squad battles life hack. Right, so you guys may be saying, Davis, where's the rest of the squad? Well, the beauty, and it does make it a little bit easier for me this year as well, is with squad building this year, players can have 0 chemistry, not get chemistry to anyone, and they'll still play to their base stats, okay? So basically for the squad builders, this is going to be the base players that you guys should copy from me, and then the rest of the positions you can just fill out with your main team, because that way it gives you the highest chance and best chance of winning. Now as striker we have gone for Adeyemi, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced, Lewis Muriel as a striker partnership, Lookman as our left mid with McKinney as our left centre mid. Now we're going to leave the other centre mid blank and move on over to the right where we've got Baku. Now if you guys do actually have like a little bit more of a higher budget, then Serge Gnabry would be very nice here. You just need this right mid to be German, and at left back we have gone for Gunter. As you can see, we've got 3 German players and we've got 3 Serie A players, which is what is required for this card. Along with that, we've got a German striker because you need German goals, and we've got a Serie A striker as well because you need to get a goal and assist with a Serie A striker, which is why we have gone for Muriel up top, and we've also got, say, Lookman here and McKinney that you can try get some assists with, or you could try and get a goal and assist with Muriel in the same match as well, whichever you want to go by, but it's very important that your 2 strikers are German and Serie A. So as for the rest of the team, lads, you'll just want to fill out with basically your normal team. Reminder, if a player's on 0 chemistry, they'll still play to their stats, right? I mean, the key thing is just to make sure they're in the correct position. But even if they're not, they'll still play to their stats, which is great this year. So this will cost you like no more than 7,000 coins for all of these players all up. So what you'll do is you'll just go ahead. If you want to get some chemistry for the players, go ham. For me, for example, my goalkeeper for my main team is going to be Bono. so I'm going to go ahead and put him in. I'll get Hakimi in as well as he gets the Moroccan one. Reminder, at this point, you're just using players from your club, alright lads? Now I'm going to go ahead and use my centre-back partnership. Very ratty, I know, but it's going to be Kimpembe and Raphael Varane, just like that. And at centre-mid, who I'm currently using at centre-mid, I am using Renato Sanchez and Kessie. In fact, I think I might go for Renato Sanchez for this one, just because it's a tad little bit more attacking, and I'm playing him as a centre-mid. Kessie's more DM, so just like that. And as you can see, lads, this is how I would play personally. Obviously, I'd assume your guys, you know, blanked out positions would be different, but for me, this is how I'd play. Tip numero 1 is going to be chemistry styles. Now, for all of the players that are on 2 chemistry points or more, I would recommend putting a chemistry style on them. Now, I've only got 3 players on 1 chemistry point, and that is McKennie, Varane, and Bonu. In my opinion, I'd leave them, unless, I mean, Varane for me has already got a shadow. But as you can see, with them being on 1 chem point, they get very minimal boost. So there's like kind of no point. You do not have to worry. Like, you got a couple more pace, I mean, +1, +2 defending stats, so it's not that much of a big deal, right? So I'd only, I mean, you can if you want, as long as they're not on 0 chem. There's literally 0 point at all putting a chemistry style on someone with 0 chemistry points, but in my opinion, I'll say 2 chemistry points or more. So that would be Gunter, Lookman, Adeyemi, Muriel, Renato, Abaku, Hakimi, or Kimpembe. In my opinion, I would make sure you've got some chemistry styles on them. Now, you'd most likely have some chem styles already applied to the players used from your main team in the squad, but let's go ahead and let's take Adeyemi for example. We'll jump on over to Footbin for this example, and we are just going to search up Adeyemi. Now, when comparing or having a look which chemistry style boosts affect him, make sure you select the chemistry points that he is on. So once he's on 2 out of 3, we will click that. Now, what we can see here, he's got a controlled accelerate type, and it doesn't look like he's got 88 agility. It will be basically impossible to make him anything different, so we don't need to worry about that. Now, what we can look at is a striker position here. He's a 75 rated. So with 2 chemistry points, with a basic, he goes to a 76 and gets some pretty minimal boosts in game. So what our job is to do is to try and find which chemistry style makes him the highest rated. This makes him a 78 with a finisher. In fact, I think it literally looks like 78 is the highest he will go. So with a finisher chemistry style, he actually goes to explosive as well, which I'd probably prefer over controlled. But he goes to 81 shooting, 82 dribbling. Reminder, he is on 2 chemistry points, so this is how he would look in game. And instead of with the basic being a 76, with a finisher, he's a 78, so he's going to perform 2 ratings better in game. So once again, selecting all of the players in your team with at least 2 chemistry points, and you'll go ahead and chuck a chemistry style on them. Now I'm going to jump on over to tip number 2, lads, and that is going to be the bench. Now it is in squad battles, and so many people forget you can have up to 5 subs this year, lads. So much people forget that. I'd avoid using your loans. Instead, if you've got some nice gold players that you can sub on, go absolutely ham. Vinicius I'd sub on, Benzema I'll sub on, he's already on the bench. Coman I would most definitely sub on as well. João Felix, you got Ben Yedder. I probably want a more defensive player to sub on too, so we will choose that player of the month, Kim Min-jae, who I did complete. We'll chuck him on the bench. We may as well, right? So this is how our bench is going to look. We can use 5 of these, so in fact we'll just bin off João Felix. Now these are going to be our 5 super subs if needed. Obviously you do not want to sub off, you know, your German or Serie A striker, Adeyemi or Muriel, too quickly, because you guys need these, you need these guys for your objective. But let's say in the first half you get some German goals, some Serie A goals and assists, you're only winning by 1 goal, you want some reassurance, then you may as well chuck on a Vinny super sub at left mid. Maybe Kim Min-jae you could sub on if one of your other centre backs isn't the best. So something along those lines. Make sure to make use of those subs, and so many people forget that we're allowed 5 this year. Now this is going to be a bonus tip, and then I will give you guys the official 3rd tip or squad battles, but this bonus tip is just going to be custom tactics. Now, the reason it's a bonus tip is because I cannot give you guys some specific custom tactics to use because I'm unsure what formation you want to play in game. But if you play either a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1, a 4-3-2-1, So you got 4-2-3-1, 4-3-2-1, the one with the right fours and the left forward or the center forwards, and then obviously the 4-2-3-1 with the three cams. If you use any of those formations, I do have some custom tactic videos on the channel, so I can help you in that sense. But otherwise, I would just copy the same custom tactics that you use for your main team. If you do not use custom tactics for your main team, then that's fine. You don't really have to worry. Or, I mean, the minimum you could do is maybe change formation in game from this 4-4-2 to maybe a 4-2-2-2, maybe a 4-2-3-1, just whichever you're more comfortable with, right? So this is just a little bit of a bonus tip, a little bit of a heads up. So much people don't worry about it because it's a second squad. They'll be like, oh, nah, she'll be right. But hey, an extra custom tactics, they do not hurt, all right? So only if you've got custom tactics, I'd copy it for this squad as well. Just a little bit of a heads up. If you don't use custom tactics anyway, then that's fine. And then finally, lads, the third, probably the most important tip for squad battles, and I think most people know this by now, but just in case you do not, when you click on squad battles, you have got 3 different teams to play. Now, as you can see, I've been grinding. I'm trying to get to Elite 1. So for the sake of a video, I'm not going to refresh it because I will lose my progress. But as you can see, we get some pretty average, some pretty good teams that you have to verse. For example, this one I played on Legendary. So this was a pretty average team, therefore I played it on a higher difficulty. But then you've got this one as well. I bet this one 8-1 on World Class, so I'd assume this is probably like a mid-tier team. Yeah, this is a team that I probably could have beat on Legendary if I tried, but kind of like I didn't want to sweat too much type of thing. This one I narrowly beat on World Class, but basically you get given 4 different teams every single refresh. It's going to have a rating and it's going to have a chemistry, right? Now what you want to try and find is the one with the worst rating and the worst chemistry out of all 4 of these, right? And that's the one you will select from that group to play on semi-pro difficulty. Semi-pro shouldn't be too hard anyway, but if you are still struggling, then fair enough, right? Some people do struggle with the AI, yet they're actually fine online. Some people are good at AI, like I was literally a world-class legendary AI player in FIFA 20 and I couldn't get past Silver 1 in Champs. Now it's a little bit different that I've warmed up to online, but bro, playing against AIs, some people just can't hack it or some people just can. It's one of them things, right? So yeah, semi-pro you should be fine anyway, but once again, just make sure you choose the worst one in each batch. Then after you're done that, and I will circle it on the screen, you will have an option by pressing square on the PlayStation or X if you're on Xbox to refresh your opponents. Now if you do refresh, then it does mean you will not be able to play, say it says 1 unplayed match. That means that will not count towards your overall squad battles rank. So be a little bit wary. If you are trying to get to a high elite rank, then you will not want to do this, okay? Because that would mean that you'd lose out on some points and you might possibly lose out on the rank. I will circle it for you, but it's a good indicator here. As you can see, it says 15 out of 40 matches played. If I was to refresh, it would jump up to 16. Now, you can go past that 40 matches played, sorry. Now, if you do go over the 40 matches played, it will still count towards objectives, but once again, it will not get you any points when you do complete a game. You'll finish a squad battles game, you'll get 0 points, okay, if you go past that 40 game limit. So lads, hopefully this video did help you out. For the overview, we're going to read over it again and just quickly skim over it. Now, as for the assist 5 goals with through balls, you can do that by pressing triangle if you're on PlayStation or Y on Xbox. Reminder, this does not have to be in the same game or in different games. You can get these done in the same game. Score 7 goals using German players. You've got Adeyemi, Baku and Aganta as your German players. Adeyemi is going to be your main man and your main goal scorer for this one. Score and assist using Serie A players. Once again, you could score with, let's say, Muriel and get an assist with Lookman. Then that should be ticked off all good. And win 6 squad battle matches on at least semi-pro. Make sure to get some chemistry styles on the players with at least 2 out of 3 chemistry points. That way at least the chemistry style is somewhat worthwhile, if you will. Make sure to make use of your super subs, custom tactics if you've got them already, and make sure to keep playing the worst team in every single selection on squad battles to give yourself the highest chance of winning. Now, once again, beware with the squad battles. If you are chasing a rank, then be a little bit wary when you do refresh because you will no longer get points if you go over the game limit. But if you're not playing squad battles to try and get points, then it's all good and you can just refresh as much as you want. Hope you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Davis, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out, lads.